So today we are upgrading the wife's PC from my original first PC to this. I'll just kind of go through everything real quick and then we'll hop into like actually taking things apart piece by piece, or putting things together piece by piece. So 5 gig SSD, or sorry, not 5 gig, 512 gig SSD, 1 terabyte hard drive, and then a 2 terabyte hard drive. We have a 3060 12 gig, my old 2070 Super, because this is also going to be used for streaming and gaming at the same time, a Ryzen 7 9700X, a MSI B850 Wi-Fi motherboard, a Frozen frame, Warframe, ARGB, liquid cool AIO, some Crucial DDR5 32 gigs, so two 16 gig sticks of 6000 megahertz RAM, and then a MSI Mag A850 fully modular power supply with I can't even say the name right, a Vulcan PC case. Never heard of the brand, but we got it off of Amazon, and hopefully everything looks good once it's inside. So let's get to building this. Alright guys, we got the B850 Gaming Plus Wi-Fi motherboard here. So Wi-Fi antenna that it comes with. If you need it and or want it, this is going to be hardwired in. Pull this guy out and just set it off to the side, because usually there's stuff that you're going to need. Let's see, this is 4-pin connector and a 90-degree angle SATA cable. Let's see, this is for the M.2 and M.2 key. We're not using an M.2 today, so that's everything that we're going to be pulling out. Just going to grab the motherboard. We'll just set it off to the side here. Okay. So that is an anti-static wrap that I just took off. And here's our motherboard. I do not have an anti-static mat, so I just use the motherboard case, just like you probably see on everybody else's videos. First thing we're going to put on is the CPU. I do not have a cutter, so just going to use the good old flathead trick. Now, with these new AMD CPUs, if you didn't know, the AM4 actually came with its own cooler, which I did like. I wish AMD would have kept going with it, but unfortunately they took it away. And as you can see, hopefully it's getting a good angle. You can see Ryzen 7 9700X. It's a 8-core 16-thread CPU. With these new ones, like I said, I'm used to AM4. So this is going to be a little different for me. I've never done an Intel build, so I'm not used to the little case. Here's all the pins. So the trick for Ryzen, or sorry, for AMD CPUs, if you look right here, there's a little golden triangle.
Right.
Oh, here I'll just kind of,
Okay.
so there's a little golden triangle. And then if you look up here, there's a there's a triangle there. You just line the triangles up. And all I do is just kind of plop it into place. Then set this down. It's going to grab this, kind of hold it down. That's going to pop out. Keep this, because if anything goes wrong with the motherboard, they're probably going to want this piece for warranty wise. So that's installed. We'll just keep it sideways for right now. Next, like I said, we're going to do our DDR5 RAM, 6000 megahertz, 32 gigs. My wife, she plays video games and she does video editing, so 32 gigs of 6000 megahertz should be plenty. Now, with that being said, if nobody's ever taught you, with these newer motherboards, they don't come through and push down on this side, but they push down on this side. Don't do a stick here and stick here. You want, if you're doing just single channel, you can do it here. Dual channel 2 and 4, but not 1 and 3. So you want number 2 and number 4. With RAM, I do like how these look. They look clean, even even if they're not RGB. So when you're doing this, don't put it in the way I'm putting it in right now. So you want this face facing out, because there is a way for it to actually go. So I just slide one side in, slide in the other, make sure it's down in there right, and push down. Oh, it didn't even click. Okay. And same thing with this one. 2 and 4. Do the wiggle test. Don't suggest doing it, but I do it. Throw those off to the side. Okay. So, easy enough. So, with this MSI B850 gaming motherboard, you have one Gen 5 M.2 slot here. You have 2 more Gen 4 slots here. And then, I do not think, I'm just looking real quick. Okay, yeah. Sometimes motherboards have them on the back side, this one does not. Unfortunately today, we're not going to be using the M.2 slots because we already have other methods to get it there. One day we will be putting in M.2s, but not today. We do have one PCI, here, I'll do it this way. We do have a PCI E 5th gen, and then the rest are 4th gens, all 16 slots, which is nice. But now we're going to set up the AIO water cooling bracket for on the back. So I'll just slide this over. So the cooler comes with all the cool stuff, and it looks like some thermal paste. I am not going to be using the thermal paste because I have some Corsair thermal paste. So with that being said, there are set screws and such. I have never done this AIO, so I am going to read the user manual just to make sure that I have the right CPU brackets. Let's see, Intel, AM4, AM5, cool. So remove factory, blah blah blah, okay. We're going to do this bracket, and this, oop, not that bracket, and this smaller bracket with these standoffs. Alright, so I know we're going to use that. That will be used later. Ah, and then the AM4, AM5 bolts right there. I was looking for those. The rest of this stuff, and the back plate we're going to keep the same because the other back plate is for Intel. So, easy enough. Unscrewy screwy. All the fun stuff. Yes, I know I didn't take that bracket off yet. It will stay there until I get all 4 of these off. Cool, so with it being on the box of the motherboard, you can see that the back plate does not come off. So we're just gonna take the risers, place them on like so. I don't like how it's red, but you know, you get what you get. Okay, and then take your, well that's nice, they're hand screwable. And you want the peg, this peg, to go up. So super easy. And just give it a couple turns on each one, and we'll get them set in. I like how it says AM4. Like, hey, are you using an AM4 socket still? Nope, it's AM5. And I'm just going down until it's kind of snug right now. And I'll just tighten each one up. Now you don't want to go too tight, but you do want it tight enough that you know it's secure. Cool. Next is going to be the fun part. So, slide over for a second. So this is the thermal, all right. AIO, it's 240 with 2 fan ARGB fans, and so here is the radiator, 2 40mm fans, cord, and then the CPU socket that you will be using, right? So this, always don't forget to do the peel. It will mess your stuff up. Jiminy Christmas, that was a hard one. So, nice fresh peel, right? Cool thing about this, why I liked it, is it does have an LCD screen to show different things, like your CPU, GPU temperatures. You can even put like fancy stuff on it, like pictures and so on. So we're just gonna throw some thermal paste on, and we're gonna get this hooked up real quick. Oh gosh. Okay. So I use the Corsair XTM60. I am not sponsored by Corsair. I wish I was. That would be cool. Maybe one day. But everybody's different on their thermal paste applications. Ooh, a little too much there, that's okay. On that corner. I do just dollops everywhere, just to kind of on the sides, just to evenly do it. Usually, you know, some people do an X, some people do different things. I just put whatever's clever that day. So, AIO. These things are a bit of a pickle. You're going to want to turn it this way. Hopefully the camera's getting this. I'll try to slide it over to make it better. And so I'm just going to stick this as best as I can on without sliding the thermal paste too much. Get one side started. Now this is the important part. You want to go...
Oh, you move too much to the side.
See, and that's what happens. There we go, now she's on. I'm just gonna go all the way down on that side now, because I got the other side started. And this side all the way down until it's tight. And you're just gonna go back and forth until it's all tight. Bam. And it's on. So, we got everything hooked up motherboard wise. Super easy, super simple. Would you like to do the pill? There's the little tab. Yep, right there. But now we're gonna go to putting it into the PC case itself. Alright guys, so this is our PC case. It came with 6 fans, 3 on the bottom, 2 on the side for an inlet that's on the other side right here, and then your exhaust fan. This thing, off camera, I just made sure how to actually operate it. It looks like I'm going to break the glass. I am not. It's just a pain. But that means that it's going to do good. Like, it's going to stick really well, and you're not going to have to worry about too much of anything. So, as you can see, whoever decided to put together this case did a really, bad job getting everything. All I'm doing right now is taking off the back panel. So, stick those there. And just like any other PC case, it just slides right off the back panel. Just to show you kind of the cable management that they decided to do. It's kind of sad. It's a very sad cable management. And they even were nice enough to kind of bend our power button stuff. So I'm just kind of let this all hang down for right now, up and over the case. Kind of out of the way. Oh, that is sad. So, first thing we're going to do is hook up the power supply. It's already hooked all up because it was in my wife's old PC case, and I recently got it for her, so I changed it out so that way we didn't have to worry about power problems. So it just slides right into the back. I'll flip it around so you guys can see. Wow, that is really... I think this case got dented during shipping.
Oh yeah, it did. I can see it.
It did. Well, this case is very flimsy, so I think I'm going to be able to just push it back down kind of into place, so that is nice. So nice that people don't take care of things during shipping. There is a rivet in the way of, if you can see this, let me lift it up. There is a rivet down there that is in the way of the actual power supply being able to go on. I will try my best to get it in, but I don't know how well it's going to work. it's gonna work. Surprising. Bent it back by hand pretty decently. Very sad day that it got bent during shipping. Good thing it was easily fixable. And just get all these nice and tight. You don't have to worry about anything. This might help bring the case back into alignment too, which it looks like it is. It's sucking everything in. Bam. Power supply is in. Cables are everywhere. So, what we're gonna do is just kind of lay everything down. And cable's already coming up. Alright. Motherboard time. I'm gonna slide this thing off too. It's only magnetic, which makes it nice for cleaning. So far, this case I would rate aesthetically looking is pleasing and good. Shipping sucked. And it looks like all the standoffs are there, but probably not in the right places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3. So we're missing one there. One in the middle we're missing. 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. We're missing one on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. We gotta move that standoff over. Okay. Fun times. So, did come with more standoffs and things, and way too many freaking mounting screws. So we're just gonna set everything kind of in a pile on my thing, and let's see, so corner, and then need to move that standoff. Not that one. Too big. Maybe it wasn't too big. Nah, it wasn't too big. Look at that. So all these stand off there. the standoff over one for these guys. And then for the bottom here, we just need to add one, it looks like. So add a standoff here. One standoff here. And did they?
It's right here.
Oh. I was like, I'm missing a standoff. And a standoff here. Okay. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Let's make sure everything lines up. I am going to need some assistance on this one. Maybe. You got a hold of it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, ooh. Okay. All these fan headers and everything are getting in the way already. I just want to make sure these line up correctly. Whoever pre-built this case up sure doesn't like people. Okay, so we are off. We need to move all those motherboard standoffs back to where it was. Oh, just these guys. So that one's right. This one and this one need to move over. Sometimes that happens. Like, you can look at a motherboard and be like, oh yeah, it's right here, and then it just doesn't work. I'm a normal average guy, just trying to make YouTube videos for people to see the struggles, just like all of us do. So, and well, it is in. Yep, it is in. Look at that. Okay, so let me get these screws in real quick. Where did that other one go? That Phillips. Let me put it in here. Ah, thank you. Okay. Clickety click. And motherboard standoff screw time. Yes, I have shaky hands, and I'm sorry. Alright, now the big question is where do you want this cooler? You want it up top? For easy, like, airflow?
Whatever's easier and looks better.
That's weird. Just set that one off and let it magnetize that way. Now with these motherboard standoff screws, you don't want to go too tight, but you want because these are going to be your grounding connectors, right? So you want them tight enough that they're going to hold the motherboard down, but not tight enough that they're going to ruin the motherboard, because each of these standoff screws has circles around them, around where the screw actually goes, and all that is grounding points to each part of the motherboard. Not that one. That one. So you're just going till it gets tight and then going like 1/3 after. Bam. And just like that, the motherboard is in. So these are these are already set to exhaust. So you have several different ways you can have this. Say you could have it right here, or we could put it up and around like this and have it down here. So what I like to do is have the lines on the inside, and so it's gonna sit like so. But I do need need 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so doing this on camera and off camera are way two different things. I can say that right now. So, how you want to line this up? Do you want it all the way forward? Do you want it over? You want it all the way forward?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to let that slide down. Raise it back up. You can let it just sit there and hang out now. Huh? Alright. So after you get it, so why I left it loose is you could actually slide this back and forth wherever you want it. I already put it where I wanted it, so I'm just going to tighten these up. Alright, and we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to get the other things set up before we keep on going. Alright guys, lifted the case back up. Motherboard's installed. As you can see, everything's good to go on the back. First thing we're going to do is get the hard drives installed, make it easy.
Oh, the cute little doors.
We're going to just take that off, grab our 512 SSD, and we're just going to mount it to this guy. Easy and simple enough. If I can grab the screw out of my magnetic bin. Apparently not that screw. Butterfingers. All we're going to do is mount it to this frame so it doesn't fall. It's an SSD. You can mount all four if you want to. I'm not going to because it's not going to do anything. Now the question is this drive bay too big? It is. Okay, so we're not going to use this drive bay. Must be for 1.5 inch. That's a sad day. Oh, you don't have to lift it back up. If you don't want to, I'm just going to screw that back in. The other thing we can do is slide it inside of the bay holder here, which go figure, they make it a pain. And it's not even, the tabs aren't even bent right for it. Now we'll put our 2 terabyte hard drive in as well. Which I don't think it's bent to the proper size either. So far, this case is not the best. You have hard drives, does not want to fit in, SATA, bent case, it's all bent. Now, that's only a 2.5. Yeah, so try the 3-inch 1 terabyte maybe. That's the, if I put it in the right way. Apparently it's just supposed to sit there. Now there's no other bay for this one, unfortunately. So we're probably going to have to make something work out of that. But that's okay. What I'm going to do is just start feeding the wires from the front here to the back for cable management wise. Which I do like the front panel because it's clear and you can actually see what everything, how everything's going on here. And then the last one I'm going to pull through is the CPU one because it's so long. That I just want it kind of hidden and out of the way, and I'll bring it back up and around. So these are JARGB headers. So they all connect together, which is nice because that means we're actually going to be able to connect everything without having to have like buy more connectors. They will all interconnect with each other. And I'm going to be using all these
Twist
wire,
ties.
yeah, twist ties, wire ties, twist ties, whatever you want to call them. And we're going to hook them all together. I'll save that hard drive for last. So, what I mean by that is you have a female connector and a male connector. So, what I'm going to do is take the male connector, we're going to hook it up, let's see, this one's to the regular port, then let's see, the regular port, and then find the one with the JRGB with the 1 pin missing, and we're just gonna carefully hook it together. Bam. So now these two are interconnected. Same thing with that one to the next one, which is going to be right here, which is hooking all the other fans up that are inside this case. We're going to hook up to this one.
So just to kind of give you a showing, you have 3-pin male, 3-pin female, and you're just going to hook 2 and 1 together. Okay, now you have all of them hooked up correctly. I'm going to re-put this cap on so then nothing bends. And then you have one header port for it all. So this one header port, we're not going to worry about it right now. But we also have the 3 header ports, one to the CPU, which I'm pretty sure we can hook all the power up to the single plug. So we will do that real quick. So this one's hooked up to this, just hooked up to that. So now we need all 3 of these. So these 3, right? So you have a male end, and then you have the female end, and then you have another female end. So what you're going to do is you're going to hook the male end up to the female end up here, just like so. So now you just have 1 header, 2 header. So this one's to the actual CPU, this one's to the fans, this one's running the RGB to the fans, and it's all gonna be hooked up off of this. So now that we all kind of know what's going on, what, when, where everything is, I will show you the hub. The hub portion is pretty easy to know and understand. You have your USB 3 port, and this has a Type-C, so that it's two connections into one line. This is your power and reset button stuff. And your HD audio, HD audio and your USB plug. So we're gonna kind of cable bandage this up before plugging everything in, and we're also going to flip it around to the front side, and I'm gonna pull things through and show you where those go. So just kind of let everything slide around here. So you can't really see where everything goes, and that's okay. What I'm gonna do now, just to make things easier, is unscrew all the, come on, there we go. That was the table, not me.
Have to clarify?
I have to clarify. Some people would probably be like, what was that in the background?
Yeah, clip it. This frame right here. These flatulence.
So, I'm just gonna take out 2, or move 2 of the fans.
Hey.
Out of the way, just so you guys can kind of see, and I can see exactly what is going on with where to plug things in. we don't have to move them too far, but it's enough to show you guys and be able to I wish I had a automatic screwdriver, but I don't. I'm just going to unplug this header real quick on the back just so I can slide it out of the way. So now I can slide both of these kind of out of the way, and now you can kind of see the whole bus of everything. So you have your USB header, you have two of them here, your actual USB header is right here. Your audio JRGB, and then you have your JARGB. There's three of them, 1, 2, and 3 up at the top. Or sorry, 3 at the top, and then you have your system pump fan. Pump system, which is the one that I pulled through. So this guy right here, if you can see that I'm tugging on. Then you have your CPU fan right there, which there's no fan, so we're fine. Everything's going to be ran off of these JARGB headers. And then down at the bottom is your actual pins for your top. So your power button, your power button light, your reset button, all that fancy jazz. So now it's just cables, plugging them in, and then going into this proper places. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna have it kind of off to the side here, and I'm gonna pull things through and make it a little easier to deal with. So, I just want to make sure I'm having everything correct here. So the first fan header, we're going to hook right up here. Now these pins do not have anything on them, so you can bend them easily, and they can break off easily. So you just gotta be careful. Oops, grabbed the wrong one there. So that's to the actual fan. So we'll hook this one up to the CPU fan portion. We're gonna pull it through. This one does have a lead on it, so where you can actually hook it up and know if it's hooked up correctly because there's a little spacer that you can push through. So, all that is now hooked up. And let's see. We're gonna hook up this other one to system fan number 1. Just like so. The next one is going to be right next to it, system fan number 2. Just like that. Bam. Now, that's all the fans. Super easy, super simple, and I can hook, I'll be able to just hook these two guys back up, interlinking all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fans together. Next one I'm going to do is going to be a little more tricky, but it'll be pretty simple. So it's the USB and the HD audio. Where? Sorry, I gotta look and see. Oh gosh. System pump. I accidentally hooked that one up to the wrong one. I did. Oh, no, I didn't. I need... Okay, yeah, I did. So, this one's just got to go back through because I thought I grabbed the right one, and I did not, so it's just got to go back down through here, flip it, and this is going to be the system pump. Bam, just like that. We can move this one up 1. Okay. Back to this one. USB, JRGB, system fan. What I'm looking for is the HD audio. Which should be right there. Okay. So, sometimes this happens, but all you have to do is pull this apart a little bit, and what I'm going to do is run one up and through here, and so that HD audio has 1 pin missing, and you just line that one up with the one that's missing on the actual motherboard. And they are sometimes hard to push, so you just gotta give it a little nudge. And I'm gonna set this first one up to the USB header number 1. And same thing with this one, it has 1 pin missing. You just line it up with the 1 pin that's missing and push it in. Cool. So that one's done. We'll do Fat Boy next. because that one's pretty easy. You're going to wrap it up and around, and you're just going to plug it in right there. Ooh. And it's usually kind of hard to get out once you plug it in. Ugh. And I've never had a USB header be so stiff. Ugh. Oh no. Let's not get that pen. Where it is. Somehow managed to bend that pen back. I will take it. Okay. So, next thing we're going to do is the fun part. I say it's the fun part, but it's really like absolute terror. I despise doing this part because you have to be pretty proper with it. So, you have all these leads that say different things. One says power LED positive, one's a negative, reset switch, power switch, and LED switch. So those are all, oh yeah, an HD LED positive and negative. I usually grab, because motherboards are sometimes different, I sometimes grab the quick installation guide just to make sure I'm doing it right. So first one is HHD positive and negative is going to be on the bottom far left side, 2 pins. And then power LED, which are positive and negative or single leads. Your positive's gonna go on the farthest one, and your negative's gonna go on the next one. Now you're down to 3. Your next one's gonna be your reset switch, which is this guy, and it's gonna be the bottom next to the HD. Which sometimes these pens are a pain in the butt. we go. And then over it, it should be the power switch. Bam. LED switch. Some of them have 2 pins. And you just gotta look for power LED. Okay. Oh, it's an LED switch, which I don't think this motherboard has a power LED switch on it, which it might. Probably one of these 3 connectors. Let's see, battery. We're just gonna leave that one off because you don't really need it. But all I do is just kind of pull all these leads back through, make it and tuck them. Cool. So that's just for fans and your hub, which I call the hub. It's up here. It's for all your power switches and such. So we have all the fans hooked up now. Now for, as you can tell, everything's a mess, right? Now we're gonna hook up actual power. First, 24-pin connector. We're gonna slide this forward so you can see it. I'm just gonna move this stuff out of the way so it's not in the way. Let's see, where is it? Top side? Top side. So, we're gonna try to move all this out of the way. We're gonna bend these cables to just make it look nice. And you gotta kind of push hard until you hear the click. And that's how you know it's seated properly. So that's your 24 pin. Let's see here. Oh, it's 2 8-pins. Oh, we're gonna have to open this guy back up. There's gonna be so many more power connectors now. We're gonna pull this guy out. So, motherboards, all of them come a little different. We have a 6-pin, and then for our CPU we have 2 8-pins, and then a 24-pin. So, I already have it set up for our graphics cards for 2 8-pins, and then a single 8-pin for the CPU. So we need one more CPU 8-pin. Which, in your bag that you get with your power supply, most of the time. I like MSI because they actually give you a bag. All your power connectors have lettering on them, so you can know which ones are going where. So CPU, I already have one 8-pin. I'm adding another now. So I just have to look through all my cords here. My hand's too big for this. One's for Molex. Okay. So we got our two 8-pins now. I'm gonna bring them up and through, just for right now. Let them lay. And we're gonna do the same thing. So, I'm gonna wrap it, plug it in, wrap it, and plug it in. Then we can kind of tuck these guys down in. So 6-pin. Don't know what the 6-pin is for, but we're gonna plug it in just to make sure, because I don't want to have something not plugged in that should be plugged in. Let's see. So we have another PCIe slot. Let's see, Molex, and then the 600 new watt power supply connectors that for the new 50 series and soon to be 9000 series that I just heard about for AMD, which is cool. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to hook this one up right next to the other one. Man, this is a tight space. Okay. Now this 6-pin is going to go up and through here, unfortunately, and it's going to have to, oh sorry, 8-pin, not 6-pin, keep saying. Six-pin when it was an 8-pin. Okay. All right. So now we have everything, power, everything's hooked up. Now just to put these guys back on in their rightful places. Maybe. Okay. And hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh, as I have the wrong one on, the wrong bit. I'm not tightening them down all the way. All I'm doing is trying to make sure that 2 of them at least go in, so I know they're lined up properly.
Don't move forward any further. You can see everything. Move a tuck in.
And what I'm gonna do is try to do the same thing with this fan. I'm gonna tuck it. And I'm gonna try to hook this back up the best I can. With everything in the way. I'd have to say, this case, for being, I think it was $70 or $80, not a bad case, but I've definitely changed quite a bit on it. Okay, I got it hooked up. I just need to slide it, and that's not gonna work. Okay. So, well, that's a sad day. This daisy chain is now not a daisy chain, all because of the USB header, which I might be able to get it to work, but I don't want to take the chance. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna take that chance, guys. So we're gonna just tuck all this back, make it look nice again. Okay, so I see what's going on. Now if I can... Now if I can slide this through... Oh, it's just shy. Oh, we forgot to hook up one thing. That's okay. We can still make it work. Okay. Okay. I know this is going to be janky, but I think I can get it to work. I just need to turn this fan mount, or this mounted fan. I did not. Okay. How do I see? See. All right. Well, I daisy chained all of them together, so they should work. Oops, I put the wrong one on. Just a little over. Same thing as before. Just do 2. All right. All right. So they're both back in, and everything's good to go. The last thing we need to hook up are our drives. Oh yeah, and the GPUs. I'm gonna wait for those on last, but I have SATA cables here and a brand new one here. The brand new one I'm gonna put on the 2 terabyte. And you just, they're kind of hard not, they're pretty easy not to mess up what needs to go where. Should you do this with hard drives? No. I do not suggest doing what I'm about to do with hard drives. But I don't have another bay, and my wife doesn't have a she doesn't have a M.2. So you just hook up the SATA cables, then on your power supply you're going to want to hook up the SATA power cable, and you're going to do the same thing. Okay, and then 2 can go here, like so. Hooked up. And then, since we're going to have a little bit of extra, I'm just going to run these through real quick. Just going to grab it real quick and hook it up to the very last one. It all reads the same, it's just pulling. All this is giving each drive power. If I can have it the right way. There. And then you can just tuck away. Usually. I'm just going to tuck all the excess cables now. And what we're going to be using and we're going to put these 2 PCIe 8 pins through for the graphics cards. Okay, and then same with these SATA cables, but the SATA cables I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to plug one here. This one's a straight one, so we're just going to go through. And we're going to plug it up above. And then we have another 90 that I set for this. And bam. So, I have 2 SATAs here and 1 SATA here. Everything's hooked up except for the GPUs. So, what I need is to set the PC case down. Don't worry about the cables. They will be fine. But we're going to hook up our GeForce RTX 3060 up first. Oh, and I still forgot a cable. Because I'm not very smart apparently. Okay. And this is a 2. So these are just breakaway ones, so ow, stab myself. With these breakaways, you just pull the you just pull them and they'll pop right off. And we're gonna do the first one. That's new. Has a slide. This one has like a slide on it, which is nice, but also a pain. And there was 1 screw holding it, that bracket down, so now okay. So we gotta do 1 more breakaway. And it's a 2-point for that one as well, so we're gonna break away that one. And the next one.
I'm gonna take that for myself.
Which this breakaway one I gotta be very careful with because there's capacitors.
We're running low on battery too, really.
I'm gonna try to bend it out through the other way so that way I can bend this and break it out without damaging the capacitors. And so with GPUs, all you do is listen for the click. And it's seated. Now for this 2070, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to slide it down and in, which I should have done the 2070 Super first. Easy enough, just pulls right out. Don't have to worry about anything. So 2070 Super, same thing. Slide in, listen for the click. That's a very loose PCIe slot. And we're going to slide this one in. And it's in. Easy enough. And then you're just going to take your screws you got from your motherboard box. They look like so. And you're going to just install your graphics card. You're going to mount your graphics card with it. Like I said, this case, not bad for aesthetics. Would not recommend for PC building. There's a lot of problems that this company could do better with. They say it's for an ATX motherboard, but it's more for a different motherboard type. So I don't suggest I am really shaky tonight.
Because you never drank tea.
Oh yeah, I have tea.
Yeah, I warmed it up.
Oh, did you? Thank
It's
you.
cold.
You're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And one more. So always put your 2 screws, your top screw and your middle screw in. 1, it helps ground everything. 2, it helps keep everything up. We didn't need to have this very top one, so I can slide it back into its little housing so it doesn't move around. And we're just going to put the screw back. That way it looks good. As I mess that up. So what I was doing was making sure it went into the little slide piece so it doesn't hit. You know what, we're going to keep it off because it's going to touch the motherboard and I don't like that. So it's not going to make it look any different or anything else. If you like the aesthetics, like I said, this PC case is not 100%. Gosh darn it. This is where I start to stand up and be frustrated at myself. Because I forgot this slides, so off it goes. There's 1 and 2. Okay. Back in it goes. Listen for the clicks. Try not to touch the fans. only time I like a slide system is when it actually does something. In this case, it does nothing. Doesn't help hold the graphics cards in or anything else. It just has the aesthetics look. Alright. Yeah, that's all it is for aesthetics. Makes no sense to have that there. Okay, so fun part now is I forgot two things. Well, one thing actually. We have an 8-pin and a 6-pin, and then we have an 8-pin here. And oh god, I don't think we have another which we don't. Alright guys, so we don't have enough cable, or sorry, not cable, but we don't have enough pin connectors because there's two 8-pins here, and then I only have a single 8-pin. Actually, guys, I will be right back. Guys, so I was gonna put this in, but my other two 8-pin connectors are going into the motherboard, so we're not going to be able to use this for right now. So we have to go with what she had for setup, which was 1050 Ti as the secondary. And she's very upset about it. But with this, it's only one 6-pin connector and one 8-pin connector, so it will be just fine. I'm gonna have to probably get a different graphics card that I know will be a smaller graphics card, like a two fan card, not a 20 series. Possibly future upgrade. If I can get this in. There it goes. It was out of my first build. It works fine. It's a great card for doing what needs to be done. But at least we know it will work. Okay.
Alright, all of them are set up in. So what we're going to do is hook up the 8-pin to the 3060 and then a 6-pin, just like so, to the 1050 Ti. And that is the completed, like, how it's going to be set up. Now, the bad part is cable management. Everybody does it different. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am not great at cable management. But what I can tell you is whatever you can tuck to make it look better and nicer, tuck. Anything that you can put together as a whole and try to cable manage to the best of your ability, try to do that. Oh, I forgot. I kept forgetting one thing. This whole time it's just been sitting here in my face. And that is the USB hub for this guy. So you just click it through. What I'm gonna do is find the USB hub down here. Should be this right over here. Oh god. Okay. You can go ahead and cut it. Alright guys, so I figured out the problem. I hooked up the USB header off camera because it was just a lot of the same stuff. Takeoff said come on, go through. Thank you. Said graphics cards. Did I really put that in backwards? I did. Alright, we're gonna have to go top to bottom here, or bottom to top. So cable management, I'm not good at it. If you came here to look at cable management, I am not your guy. I make PCs work, and I make them work well, not make the backside that nobody looks at look pretty. Do you agree? Put something down in the comments. If you don't agree, and you think it's all about aesthetics and making stuff look...
Like and share and laugh.
This one? Nope. This one? Nope. This one? Yes. See? I missed one. Can I still tuck it in? Maybe. See, look at that. Tuck it in, make it look all kind of nice and pretty. Okay. Same thing with down here, right? So, cool thing I did like about the case is it came with zip ties, really crappy zip ties, but zip ties nonetheless. And they're clear, so I can't really complain for if you're wanting to have an all-white aesthetic. Ah, gosh darn it. I did not get it all the way through. I'm going to try to get these
kind of tucked behind here so it's not showing on that side. And a lot of this is knowing how to tuck a lot of the excess in places that you can get most of the stuff up and around. Like I said, not a cable management guy. If you don't like it, my bad, your fault. Okay. I'm gonna miss it. Missed it. Did I get it that time? Did. No! Alright. Okay. Gonna have to do the old doubling up trick. Send one zip tie to another zip tie. Run it through. Hook up the other side. Now you got a circle. Now alright guys, so all I'm doing is putting the backing on. Your backing is going to be tight due to how much cables you will have, especially in this setup. So, my head. Alright. So, voila, it is done. Throw the magnet back on. Now, one thing I always do, and it's weird, is I don't put the front cover on until I know it posts. Since everything was transferred from an old PC, it should post fine. And we'll be back when I have it all hooked up to the monitors and everything, make sure everything
You
works.
took some of the fans out?
I had to.
Oh, I see.
Because of the USB 3.
Alright.
And they didn't make they didn't move it far enough
Yeah.
over.
Gotcha.
Did you? Alright guys, so the first thing is the video right here cut out, so there's no audio, so I'm just over voicing this. As you can see here, I am just hooking everything up, making sure everything's plugged in proper. I don't have the PC case over, like, the PC case cover on. Just something that I do. As you can tell, the two back fans are not working. That's because everything was daisy chained together, so taking that one fan out from the middle, it did not work. But just to show you guys and be aware, you know, when daisy chaining, sometimes how everything's set up is not how it actually, like, is gonna work.
and that's okay. So as you can see here, it's posting. That read is just showing that everything is working properly. It's seeing the RAM, it's seeing the new CPU inputted in. The good thing is I didn't have to have all of the, yeah, so we were trying to show you there, but it didn't work. With this new PC build, we didn't have to do uh, like a new Windows install or anything, so you can see right there I'm hitting either delete or F2, just trying to see which one it is. And of course the computer's going to reboot a couple times trying to get everything put together properly. Right now I'm just letting you guys kind of see how the whole process and everything is working. It's just getting everything ready right now. My cameraman decided to take and show that those fans weren't working again. Of course, it's okay if it's not running right away. I did end up fixing it off camera and getting that one missing fan put back in. So we finally get into the BIOS. With the BIOS, the only thing that I worry about with people building their own PCs is they don't know what to put on. So right there I just put on Game Boost, and the only other thing that I'm really looking for is the XMP. And with XMP, it's not it's overclocking, but not, because your RAM does not actually run at the proper speed right off the bat when you install it. So what XMP does is it just unlocks the full potential. It doesn't try to it doesn't overclock it, it just sets everything to where it needs to be. By the way, this was like 11 o'clock at night when we were trying to finish this build up, so we were kind of tired. My cameraman, of course, showing my little sign there that she decided to buy me. So all I'm going through right here is I finally find the XMP, and so I set it to what it is. So it's that RAM is 6,000 megahertz transfer. It's 36, I think it's 36, 38, 38, and 40, which is not anything bad. All I'm going through is making sure everything's set the proper way. Like I said, I wasn't doing any overclocking on this PC or anything like that. So this is just a build to show you guys how long it usually takes for a new PC build, and now we're just seeing if it posts. So of course it's gonna run through its thing. It's gonna boot and then shut itself down, reboot, and it might do it a couple times. I think this one only did it once. My camera person just having fun with the camera while we're waiting. It ended up booting twice. So all it's doing right now is now it's posted, or sorry, now it's booting. It configured everything, the RAM and the game mode. Now we're just waiting for it to actually post up to the boot menu, and there it goes. And as you can see there, it posts. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you have some fun watching this video. Thank you for watching, and if you could like and subscribe, the more likes in this video, the better off it is. I'm not going to say it at the beginning of the video, so if you're at the end here, thank you so much for watching the full video and seeing how long it actually takes to build a PC compared to others that, you know, make it go faster.
We don't.
You just record over it.